I am going through hell right now. This is part of the path that very few talk about. They think it's all rainbows and butterflies and trying to reach exalted states of consciousness and go up and out of the body and reach these higher states of consciousness, which I have done. But as my mentors Barry and Karen say very often, they call it the figure eight conveyor belt of awakening. When you go up, there's a subsequent down. And in order to experience the highest light, you also have to experience the darkest dark. And so how does one access the darkest dark? Besides your normal run-of-the-mill depression and all of that, while you're on the awakening path, that's one way. But another way to expedite the process is to bring out things from the subconscious. Now, there are therapy modalities out there, internal family systems, EMDR, to kind of help bring out the subconscious. 90% of our psyche is the subconscious. Another way to do it, the faster way to do it, and a more brutal way to do it, is through transmissions. And I have received numerous transmissions, and anybody who's read the book or listened to the audiobook knows that transmissions are arguably the best shadow work that you can do. Because it's so fast, it brings in divine light, and the darkness cannot live in the light, and so the darkness comes barreling forward. And I was in a session 4 days ago, with Barry and Karen, arguably the most enlightened and most powerful healers out of the 24 mentors that I know. And he says to me, do you want to do Ilahinor? I didn't know what it was. And it is something that he learned from Babaji in India in 2004. And what it does is when you do a chant, this specific Ilahinor chant, you take what's from the belly center, and which is the human center, right? And it takes that and it pushes it forward over the course of the next hours and days, sometimes weeks. And I said, yes, I want to process traumas. I want to get the subconscious mind out. I want to do that. That sounds great. I'll take it. And we'd done it. And after the first day, I was elated. I felt great. I was riding high. And then the figure eight conveyor belt brought me down. And I went to a depth that's, I don't know. This was a very deep depth. The energy inside of my head has expanded, crushing against the walls of my skull, it feels like. And the belly center energy, which, since my Kundalini was activated, usually it works its way up the spine and it reaches the head center at the very end, right? And then it processes negative thought emotions, traumas, before it works its way up to the crown. And then that, apparently, once it's cleaned out your whole system, is where enlightenment comes. One path to enlightenment, at least. My Kundalini went straight to my head, right from the get-go, after a shaman activated it during the Kundalini activation process. And I've looked into that, like, why is that? Why did that happen? And a couple of my mentors have said that when you awaken from the head center, the rest can awaken as well, as a default. And so it's like the faster way, and it doesn't happen to hardly anybody. And I was meant to awaken fast, and it was going to be brutal. And my Kundalini has been absolutely brutal. And after the Ilahinor, it lit up my Kundalini unbelievably. And the belly center was finally activated. I've never really felt a lot of energy down there, and it blew up. Traumas from my childhood, traumas about abandonment, traumas around life, fear of death, and even a fear of hell from childhood all came to the surface. I could not run from it. None of my coping mechanisms worked. There was no kava that I could drink. There was no anxiety pill that I could take. Nothing. It came forward, and it only gets more and more powerful. And it's been getting more and more powerful for 3 days. This is the first I've been able to gather myself to even make a video. Now, the good news is, when I come out on the other end, I will be more light as a result of it. This is the way to process traumas that are really fast. It is excruciating. I couldn't work. It was hard to walk. It still is even hard right now. I had to force myself. I was so weak. I had to force myself to even make this video. Right? It is still crushing on every angle of my skull right now. And I had a call with Barry, and he's guiding me through it, helping me to release, saying to not attach to the stories. That what it's showing to me, I need to be the witness. Just witness the trauma. Don't attach a story to it. Don't let the mind go there, and just let it work its way out. It wants to be released. I love that. I've heard that several times. These energies want to be released, right? And so we just need to get out of the way and let it go. And it's a somatic way of letting it go. You step back and you watch it, kind of like clouds in the sky, or like watching a movie. That's not actually you, it's just a movie. And letting it go. And it is absolutely brutal. And so I made this video once I gathered myself. I could have taken a video of me like in tears or like really in a lot of pain, but I couldn't even have done that. This is to say that this path is not for the faint of heart, but it is the fastest, best way to eliminate trauma. I can feel it. I know I'm going to get through it, right? This too shall pass, but it is not for the faint of heart, because it can disrupt your life when you go this route, right? And it's difficult to work. It will be difficult, I'm sure, if you have kids, to like raise your kids, and you need support. You really, really need support. And I had Barry on a phone call, but I don't have in-person support here where I'm at right now in Los Angeles. And so it's crucial to find your spiritual community to help you get through it and make sense of it. Luckily enough, when you go to the highest level people, they're always there for you. All of my mentors have always been there for me. And if they can't be, they connect you with people who can. So I made this video sort of as a face, someone that's going through it right now, right? And I know that if you're going through an awakening of the highest order, right? If you're going to these high-level transmission people, yes, you will reach exalted states. I've touched base with unity consciousness, samadhi consciousness several times. I've left the Maya. I've felt bliss. I've merged with God. That was incredible. 100% unconditional love filling me as the Holy Spirit came pouring into my system and filled me with love. And I actually merged with God. True beingness, no separation from God. But as Barry and Karen talk about with the figure 8 conveyor belt, we all want to stay up in those exalted states. You got to come back down. And the higher you go, the farther you go down. Because you have to go down. The darkest of the dark is how you experience the highest of the light. And you have to. It's just part of it. And it is brutal. And I just want to make this video to let you guys know that this is part of the path. And I'm going to start making more videos like this. I'm going to take a break from the Law of One series that was scripted, and I feel like this is more authentic. I'm going to start making more authentic videos about my journey that aren't as scripted, right? And so I hope you like this. It's just to let you know, do this, absolutely do this. I do not regret it, but be forewarned. It will not be easy, and make sure you have support. There are links to my website for Barry and Karen and other healers on there who can do this. They're the only ones I know that do Ilahi Nor, but there are other ones that when you bring in the divine light, it will get you to exalted states. It will feel great, but it will also bring up anything from the subconscious. If there's any other way to do it, I would do it, but this is the fastest way to do it. And if I'm going to be on the fast track, I just got to grin and bear it, right? And if you want that as well, go to my website, take10can.com, and find some of the healers on there. Sign up. And look, I know I'm not really selling it right now, but honestly, I've been through several of these. I've been through a lot of these, and I've come out the other end lighter. I just know I got to get through it. And just know that this is part of the path, okay? All right, hang in there, and I'll see you in the next one.